Do you believe in God? This was once asked to Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology. His reply wasn't yes or no. Instead, he said, "I don't believe. I know." These words weren't arrogance. They came from years of studying the human mind. Jung understood something most people overlook, that belief in God is not just religion. It's the foundation of how we connect to meaning, morality, and inner peace. For Jung, God was not just in the heavens, but also hidden within the depths of our subconscious. He didn't worship a figure in the sky. He explored the inner divine, the archetypes, the soul, the shadow. His psychology was spiritual, and his spirituality was deeply psychological. In a world where people chase proof, Jung invites us to look within, because the answers we seek often lie beyond logic. Carl Jung believed that every person carries a shadow, the unknown dark side of our personality. It is this shadow that creates doubt, fear, guilt, and even the denial of God. Jung taught that to truly understand God, one must first confront the darkness inside oneself. It is through this confrontation that a person finds truth. For Jung, God was not just goodness, but the totality of all experience, light and dark, love and suffering, chaos and order. This made his spiritual views far deeper than blind faith. He believed that real transformation, true healing, comes when we accept both sides of ourselves. Only then can the divine emerge within. This is why Jung didn't just ask people, "Do you believe in God?" He invited them to meet the God hidden in their own soul, behind the fears, behind the trauma, behind the masks we wear every day. In today's world, full of noise, distractions, and shallow beliefs, Carl Jung's question is more relevant than ever. Do you believe in something higher, or have you lost that connection while chasing success and status? Jung didn't preach from a stage. He whispered to the broken, the confused, the lost. He reminded us that belief isn't found in debate. It's found in silence, in dreams, in suffering. The journey to know God is not upward, but inward. You don't need to be religious to understand what Jung meant. All you need is the courage to explore your inner world, your soul, your values, your pain, and your truth. As you do that, you may not find God in the traditional sense, but you'll feel something greater awakening inside you. And maybe, just maybe, that's where God has been all along. One of Carl Jung's most powerful ideas was the concept of the collective unconscious, a shared layer of the mind that connects all of humanity. Within this unseen dimension live the same stories, symbols, and spiritual instincts that have guided mankind for centuries. Jung believed that our image of God, whether personal or abstract, often emerges from this collective realm. We dream of light, we imagine creators, we feel awe in nature, not because we were taught to, but because something deep within us remembers. The divine, to Jung, is not just a religious idea, it is an archetype wired into our being. This is why people across time and culture, even in isolation, seek something higher. So when Jung said, "I know" instead of "I believe," he was not claiming certainty over doctrine. He was recognizing the ancient, eternal pattern that lives inside each one of us. A sacred memory that pulls us toward meaning, love, and a force we often call God. Carl Jung believed that to truly know God, one must first come to know oneself, fully, honestly, and without fear. He often warned that we run from the truth not because it's hard to find, but because it's hard to face. But when you begin to explore your dreams, your wounds, your desires, and your contradictions, you don't just discover your personality, you uncover the divine architecture within your soul. Jung saw God not as a distant authority, but as a process of becoming, an unfolding truth revealed through our journey toward wholeness. Every time you grow, forgive, heal, or awaken, you come a step closer to that divine core. This is not about religion, it's about meaning. It's about facing the chaos within and emerging with deeper clarity, strength, and purpose. In Jung's world, God was not a final answer. God was a living question, a sacred mirror. And in that mirror, you don't just see light. You see your true self rising,